we are up and running. Let me sit down and med up. Let's see what's going on.
Nobody called the graveyard. I'll go have a look, man.
Alright. Yeah, if nobody else is camping there, we could form a group. All we'd really need is a healer. And there's a number of people here at the entrance we could probably get. They're all red to me, though. Stonefist is looking for a group. What is Stonefist? Stonefist. He is a 45 paladin. Wow, level 45 still doing here?
The graveyard is open, AC.
What do we need?
We just need a healer and we can kill it. But not graveyard isn't very tough.
$34 enchanter?
Yeah, take the 34 enchanter.
Well, let me send them a tell. I don't know if they're looking for a group. A graveyard?
Yeah, graveyard. Just put GY.
Let's see if they got something going on. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We're going to be going over to Mistmoore. Tonight's going to be a little bit, you know, just relaxed and chill. Like I said, I'm still kind of recovering from the sore throat that I have, so I may not be talking the whole time, but we'll definitely have some interaction with you guys and go kill some stuff. We have 2 slots in CE group already started. If you want to join them?
Yeah, we can join them. Yeah, that's that 34 enchanter. We can join them. Castle entrance is much higher. So we'll get more experience that way.
Alright. Once they get rezzed up and ready to go, we'll move in with them.
See? And you said that we weren't going to find a group, AC.
I didn't say that. This was my idea to come over here, dude. You were like, no, it's Mistmoore. This is a good place, man. Good place. Hopefully get some good loot, too.
No, don't lie to your stream now. Come on, man.
Whatever, man. Our Ranger had kind of a big pool that White does. Regen just got rezzed, and Shami is AFK for a few minutes. Okay, so they're just They're just recuperating. Yeah, we'll get in there, guys, and see what we can find. Don't worry, I'm chilling at CE. Let's then. Who needs Invis? Let me give you Invis.
No, yeah, invis me. Oh, she already did it.
Alright, I'm ready when you are, man.
Alright, I'll lead the way if you don't know the way.
Yeah, I'm following you. I haven't been to this zone in a long time.
Alright, don't take it off.
Oh, crap. I'm an idiot.
What?
I fell off. That's alright. I got to see your viz on still.
Yeah, don't take this off.
Jeez, why am I getting so much lag?
Oh, hey, mystery guest.
Hey, Mystery. How you doing? We're going to be going over to Mistmoore tonight. With any luck, we'll do some experience here and not die horribly. But you never quite know. Mistmoore, it's crazy.
What? We're in Mistmoore. What? What? Yeah, we're in Mistmoore. I actually got a group here, guys.
Hey, Gandalf. How about you, man? How you doing tonight? I'm still recovering from my sore throat, so I will be talking, of course, but maybe not like the full breath of the episode. Just kind of taking breaths in between, letting my throat rest.
How are you, mystery guest? You ready for Thanksgiving, mystery guest?
Turkey, man, turkey. Gobble gobble.
Turkey. You get turkey. You get football. You know, you get spend time with your family. What more could you want? You know.
Football, man. Doing great, and hope that you know it will. It's just a small cold, but it kind of just impairs me from doing the videos as long as I normally do it. Which, as you guys know, I don't sleep pretty much ever, and yeah, you know, like 10 to 12 hours of talking when you have a sore throat, pretty difficult. So it just yeah, I didn't stream last night. Are we fighting?
I don't know what they're doing.
What's going on?
I don't know.
We aim as these high elf run right. He's gonna die.
Yep. Your stay in biz, man. Your invis is gone. Your invis is gone. Re-invis. I don't know what the hell this group is doing, man. No wonder this group is bad.
Oh, they're just recovering. Oh, okay, so we had an enchanter and he was waiting for her to mez those. And
No, the
they
enchanter gated. The enchanter gated into the zone, and why?
I don't know. You can pull that mob though, right? That's yellow to me. That should be able to... You could kill that. That way we have a little bit of buffer room here just in case. I'll let you get some aggro on that before I tag it. Here we go. Sorry, didn't know who was AFK, etc. was getting a beatdown and decided to run it. And Greatest died. Alright, here we go. And I got level 31 tonight, guys, so... Hopefully
these run, so you're gonna have to root. You're gonna have to root, or we're gonna be in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I rooted out, but it's gonna be too late. Woo, there we go. Yeah, I was already in the middle of blasting it before, oh my god. Alright, yeah, you can get the one on the right, maybe. I don't know, what are you thinking? Like, is she gonna walk pretty weird and grab everything else?
I think we should just leave them alone.
Never really spent much time in Mistmoore. Anytime I went there, it was always packed. This is all new to me. Thank you. Yeah. You know, that's one of the good things and bad things about this zone. And good in the sense that if you're one of those people who like to group, you log on late at night, you can pretty much always guarantee there's going to be at least one or two groups in this zone. Now, can you get into those? Sometimes not. Sometimes you're just not the right level, and sometimes that group just stays for 5, 6 hours together, and a spot never really opens up, or at least a spot that is for the class that you're trying to get into never really opens up for you. But at least there's people here. Other times you're going to log on primetime hours, and yeah, the zone's packed completely, and you have to wait your turn to get into a group. Again, that's kind of nice because you can sit there and wait on the list, and you can get in, which guarantees almost always that the group will continue to go long after people start leaving. Other zones out there really really great, but not always guaranteeing. What's up?
Give me an invis. Give me an invis. Just stay there. Don't move from the corner. As long as you don't move from that corner, you should be fine.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'll help this warrior out.
What's he fighting over there?
Some mob.
But yeah, it's a good zone. There's decent loot here, really good experience. But their trains are real. Unrest, Mistmoore, Cardinal's Castle, those three, even Crushbone a little bit is known for the trains that you will get because they happen so often. They seem to happen a little bit less often on this server than they did on live. I think because a lot of people who played back then came back here and they learned the lessons a little bit the first time around. They learned what to do and what not to do, how mobs react, how they walk. So they're not coming into it blind. They know that this place is very dangerous and things like that happen a lot. And they've been on the receiving end of that where you zone in, there's a train waiting for you. You zone out, you zone back in, there's another train waiting for you. And you do that again and again and again. Eventually you die, and it's a pain in the butt for everybody else. It's hard to get back in there when everybody's training and getting their bodies back. And, they're just a little bit more cautious about starting trains in the first place. And when people know that trains are coming, they're really good about knowing where to stand to get out of the way so the group doesn't just get wiped. Or if they are going to get wiped, they get wiped in such a place that gives them an ability to get their body back fairly easily. So it's like planning. Experience has made this zone a little bit more easy. But it's still very dangerous. And you guys will get to see a little small piece of it because I'm playing a caster. You won't be able to see like inside. That's going to be ZK going in there and pulling all that stuff. But
yep.
I can actually zoom out and you guys can see where we're at right now. Kind of on a little cliff right here.
Yeah, as long as you don't move from that little cliff, man, or from that one spot, then you should be all right.
And you can see some mobs over there. And then there's the castle right there. And inside the castle, there's more places in there. There's the courtyard that you can go to. And there's an advisor that spawns in there. You can get the advisor robe inside there as well. So
yeah, there's also... people have asked me, does Mayor and Mistmoore spawn on the server? And he does not. He is not, unless he's only spawned by GMs. So unless it's a GM event, you won't see him on the server.
Right. Well, you can see some of these are wearing like bronze. It's dark elves, and some of them are wearing almost nothing. Come on. I came here to see some good old-fashioned entertaining wizard pulling. No, that's going to be Cypher for you. Cypher, who plays this Shadow Knight a bit too much, has gotten the reputation of not knowing which character he's playing and wanting to pull as a wizard. I've tried doing that a couple times, and, because I'm wearing less than paper, I take, like, 2 hits, and I immediately am dead. Like, it's just, I am pathetic. Like, this is the only character I've ever looked at and had nearly 3 times the amount of mana as I do hit points. My cleric, it's pretty close. Like, I think right now it's 2,000 mana and like 1,500 hit points. And if I put the buffs on, I'm over that. I'm over my mana-wise. But this guy, 522 hit points versus 1,363 on his mana. Like, that just shows you the difference between that. And then if you look at my AC, it's only 296. It's the lowest I've ever seen on any class I've ever played. They are the weakest by far of all my classes, but they are so strong in what they can do that I can almost one-shot creatures. Sometimes, depending on the level, I can one-shot them. So, yeah, I like the damage they can do. I just don't like the fact that they can't get hit at all. But I already knew that being a healer as a cleric, you see your heals and how OP they seem when you heal a caster such as a necro or a wizard or an enchanter. You have to use your smallest heal that's still within level wise to heal them, and it usually does about 3.5 to 4 bubbles. Whereas if you use that on, say, a hybrid like not a warrior, but a shadow knight or a paladin, it will do about a bubble and a half. And if you use that on a tank like a warrior, it will do about a half a bubble. So you can see the difference in just how many hit points the different classes will have. Really, you won't notice that unless you actually play a healer class. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Is everybody still coming back, or they're getting rezzed up? Haven't really looked at the chat down there yet. Okay, so she can't do the AE Mez with a pack. They're 2 MR, so too much magic resistance. So this is going to be all you, man. This is going to be see how well you can split this area up. Now, have you pulled this area before, ZK? And he might be AFK, so I'm just kind of talking to myself here, unfortunately. But yeah, Mystery, you said you weren't looking forward to Thanksgiving as much. Are you going to be making food, or what about the rest of you guys out there? Are you cooking yourself, or are you going to be ordering in at a restaurant, or like what are your plans? Are you going out of town for the holidays? Is it a long travel for you, plane, car? I know a lot of people said they're going to be doing some traveling for the season. If you think you sit and med a lot on your cleric, nothing compares to your wizard. Yeah, I have found that at least with my cleric, I can cast 1 or 2 heals per fight. With my wizard, I'm lucky if I cast 1 direct damage every 3 or 4 mobs. The faster they're pulling, the less often I get to attack, because my spells take so much mana to go on. And it really sucks. It's really disheartening, too, when you med up for like 5 minutes, or sometimes a little bit longer, to get your mana back up so that you feel like you can actually do maybe 1 or 2 blasts. And then you do your blast, and it gets interrupted. Or not interrupted, it gets resisted. Resisting just sucks, because all that mana is gone, and you didn't get nothing. Like, you blasted it, and you're expecting like 40%, 50% of its life to go away, and nothing happens to it.
I'm back, sorry.
No, it's alright, man. So have you pulled this area before?
I have not as a monk, or a ranger or anything, or any pulling class, so we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna sneak and try to pull one.
Nice.
Oh, it worked out great.
Nice, man. Good pull. Alright, so let's kill this guy off. I'll wait till he gets down to about 78%, because you don't have a taunt. There we... Oh, wow, you were beating the crap out of that. Oh, no, it's the rogue. I was like, man, his life just went down dramatically.
We don't have a rogue. We have 2 warriors.
Oh, is that what that guy is? He looks like a rogue. He's small, and he has 2 little weapons in him, and he's using piercing weapons. Oh, crap. Am I the... So we have no slower, huh? Or no snarer?
Nope.
Alright, so rooted is...
Yep. Well, we have a snare now. We have a necromancer.
Nice. Okay, well then I don't have to root. Having it with my family here in town, my mom and I do all the cooking. I love it and enjoy cooking with her, but it's just a lot of work. By the time we get dinner ready, I'm too tired to eat. Yeah, I was actually just having this conversation with somebody earlier today, and I was like, this is why I like leftovers, because you spend the whole day. Same thing when I do like barbecue for the family on like 4th of July and things of that sort. We'll all get together, and I will do I'll do barbecue. By the time I'm done, not only do I smell like barbecue because of the smoke, but I'm not really hungry. So I'll save myself some, and I'll eat the barbecue the next day, because you put all that work into it, you want to try the food out. But I don't know, something about cooking food for long periods of time just kind of numbs you from being hungry anymore. Mistmoore CE experience is gonna flow. Yeah, I hope so, Cyril.
I just do so much damage, man.
Yeah, you do with the T-staff.
Yep.
And then of course you have that RGB, right?
RBG.
RBG or RGB?
RBG.
BG. Okay, there you go. Which is supposed to be amazing. It's what, 30 something haste?
27. 27.
27. All right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's. I think a lot of people suffer from that. If you do a lot of cooking, you just kind of lose your hunger until later on. But you snack, or at least I do. I'll snack while I'm eating. So whatever I'm cooking, the stuffing gets done a little early. I'll try a little bit of the stuffing. Some of the turkey gets done. I'll try a little bit of the turkey. I'm sure by the end of the night, that's probably why I'm stuffed, is because I've been eating the whole thing. So I will try to be looting here every once in a while, guys. I normally don't loot very often, but I want to give you guys a clear picture of what stuff drops. So if you watch over here on the side, you'll see what everybody else is looting as well, in case you're kind of curious. Is it bronze? Is it plate? Is it pages, ruins, whatever? It's probably going to be a good mix of all of it. Now, since you've been here before, ZK, is there anything that we should know about?
What do you mean?
Just things to watch out for. Mobs that charm. Don't fall off the cliff, otherwise there's going to be bad things that happen to you down there.
Mobs will root you, so if you don't have, somewhat of resist, you will get rooted. I almost got rooted by that one of these mobs outside of the castle entrance. So if I was pulling inside the castle and they root me, I'm gonna have to feign death. But if you don't have feign death and you're pulling, and you get rooted, you're gonna die. And sometimes mobs will, if you fight them all over here, they'll fall off the ledge, and they'll bring back these mobs that are down here in the canyon, and it's a bad time too. So that's what I've seen. I mean, I've never really pulled in here, so I don't know how it works, but it seems to be going pretty well so far. But when we got here, they said that they had a ranger that pulled too many, or a pull went bad.
Yeah. I imagine if they fall off that bridge, what you'd have to do is run them straight out, and then as they come across the bridge, then run over here to us. Rather than run straight over here to us, they might just jump right off that and go down there to the bottom. So
right.
maybe something as simple as just standing in the right position. I've seen in other groups.
Oh my god, shaman buffs, yes.
Sarl says, Diplomat Charm. If you pull those, kill them fast. And, of course, don't fall. Diplomat / Ambassador.
Yep.
So,
I knew there was something in here that did that, too.
So Mr. Guest, in other news, I hit a milestone today that I'm quite proud of. What's your milestone? Give us some good news.
Yeah. Congratulations on that, mystery guest.
I'm guessing there's no invisible mobs in here that you need and see invis for? I'll give it to you anyways, but just as a junk buff.
Yeah. Yeah, give it to me. There's a couple that have invis on.
Wonder what greatest name is going to be for his last one. Like, greatest shaman alive?
Greatest in the world?
Greatest size? I mean...
Let's ask him.
I quit smoking 12 years ago today. I quit cold turkey and never picked up another one. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, congratulations on that. That is amazing. That's kind of like what my dad did when he went to the doctor and they're like, you got to quit these things, otherwise you won't be here. And he was like, all right. I give him credit for that all the time. Like, how hard is that to... Because it's addictive. It's not just, oh, yeah, I enjoy it. No, it's freaking addictive. So to be able to just be like, I'm stopping it. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to do it because I want to be around. You know, that's epic. So,
He says the greatest still says he's deciding. I always listen to different ideas, so.
oh, greatest country ever. Was what somebody else is saying.
Yeah, that's a nice one. How about you, Twitch? How about you, Twitch viewers? Come up with a name for that guy.
Yeah, yeah. If you guys have a good name for his last name for greatest something.
It's all you, mystery. Guess you can do it.
Greatest pile of ogre flesh.
Ogre Wall. Greatest American.
Oh,
Greatest greatest Trump supporter. Now that might get him in some trouble.
yeah, just a little bit. Might get him death touched or something. Greatest fluffer. Yeah, maybe not. But yeah, that's amazing, mystery. So, did you stop because the doctor, told you about it, or did you just one day wake up and been like, not what I want to be doing is smoking cigarettes, or was it just getting to you or something? Because that doesn't seem like an easy thing to do. Like I imagine you went through some withdrawals on that one. I just need to do a hot button. It's just ZK.
I'm not on ZK though.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Greatest modest dude. Yeah, that's an okay one. Sorrow.
Greatest modest dude. Kind of a contradictory in terms, but it could work.
Ah, somebody rooted it.
No, it wasn't me. Gotta blast it though. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
this is much better experience.
Well, since I got out of 30, everything is much better experience. 30 took me about 6 hours over in High Hold Keep, so not horrible. Not horrible at all, but not fantastic either. It is your first hell level, so it's kind of introducing you to what is going to be lying ahead of you. And I think it's actually worse than 35, to be honest. But I think they did that on purpose. Just here's a huge punch right in your gut, and if you can get past that, you might actually like that class.
Oh shit! Oh shit! His necro pet fell down.
Hopefully he gets rid of it. Oh, there it is. No, it's.
Root it. Never mind. It's dead.
This guy as a healer is saying like the actual amount of healing damage or healing abilities that he's doing to the 270. Gandalf loved those hell levels. They can be rough. Let me know if you guys like the angle. I'm trying to give you an angle that gives you the most view of the area for those of you who have maybe not seen this, but at the same time show you like where ZK is pulling from. Like I can do it from this angle too, if this is what you guys prefer. I can switch back and forth.
You can always blindside on me if you wanted.
Do I have that spell?
You should.
What level is it? Let me see. Blindside. I do have that spell, guys, so that might be something we try. And I have the mana to kind of waste on it, too, because I got clarity at the moment.
Yeah, blindside does nothing but just, gives you, you cast that on me and you can see what I'm doing and stuff, but I won't be able to see you or anything, but it's still nice nice view,
Alright, I'm looking through your eyes, I guess. You see, yeah, it was pretty horrifying for a week or two there, but I got over it, and honestly, the habit was harder to break than the craving for one. Yeah. It was just a pacifier, like for when I would get stressed or anxious about things. Plus, I kind of smelled like cigarettes, and that was not pleasant to anyone. You can sit and cast other spells and keep vision on ZK. Okay, that's cool. I'll just keep the vision on him then. So he's running around there. I say it's a monk loot shrug. Yeah, loot for the monk is fine with me. So we're looking through the eyes of ZK here. You guys are getting to watch through a true professional, guys. Dun 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 dun. Ah, there we go. Let me assist. Yeah, that's pretty amazing, though. I mean, jeez. I just keep thinking about how hard that must have been. I know nowadays they make all sorts of crazy stuff, you know, like the little chewing gum and patches. And I saw one movie a long time ago where they're making fun of it, and the guy had like 47 patches on his arm. And yeah, I think that would probably kill you, but, you know, in the movie, I think it was an animated one, you know, like it would just made him really hyper. Need that for when Thune pulls. Something hit me?
Yeah. Yep. We're getting respawn. Yeah, the only thing that sucks about Blindside is you can't see what's around you and stuff, and you know.
Can watch myself in third person?
It only lasts like 22 minutes. Blindside.
Oh, yeah, I can cast it again, though. Hear that, ZK? We see what you see, so that means no P breaks. Or we get a little glimpse. And as an Ixar, they don't really have very much to show, guys. It's yeah. There's nothing down there.
You're funny, mystery guest.
Yeah, this is a good area. You know, thankfully we got a monk to pull it, because as you can see, when you walk in there, it's very, very easily to get more than one mob, and they could be very, very bad for you. These are pretty decently high level. I think most of these are yellow to red to me.
They're blue right now.
So that one's even. That one's even to me.
Yeah, they're blue at 34.
Ah, all about that tail. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. So now, what tips would you give people who are pulling in here for the very first time, man?
Always watch your back, because especially there's a lot of casters in here, and if you feign death and you time it wrong, then it's going to interrupt your feign death. So be careful. We're on the other side. See what's over there.
Oh, we got something, right?
2 of them, yeah.
No, I think you got more than that. You might got 3.
Wait till they're done casting and then split them. See? Just wait.
Nice. All right, very well done. Oh, I guess they're attacking one out here.
Oh. Okay, I'll let those reset then. See, sometimes that's a pain in the ass when they walk back at the same time.
Oh, they killed it. They killed it. You can pull.
Okay.
Yeah, tough with multiple casters. You're doing a good job with it, though, man. I mean, heck, if it's only 2, you can pull both of them.
Yeah, it's 2. I'll pull both of them. Since they're walking back at the same time and it's hard, you know.
Ooh, wow.
I popped them in.
Yeah, I'm just saying for like that blast, that could hurt.
Oh, I'm boiled blood. That's not good.
Yeah, one of those guys fell off the bridge as well. Right there to your left in that little corner.
Yep, we'll just keep an eye on it. Yep, I think they're coming now.
If they do, it's going to be pretty scary. I don't know, there's like, what, 5 down there? Maybe
Yeah.
more? Yeah, again, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciate that, guys, because it is tough to feign death, especially with several casters in there. But you know, I've enjoyed the monk class, you know, so and it's nice. I don't think none of them fell down, man.
Yeah, it might have just been a little glitch on the screen. Hear that? Sounds like a train whistle getting closer and closer. Choo choo! We're hoping not. Gotta be very careful, but. Ooh, somebody just almost ran off.
Yep.
He got close, dude.
Yep.
And this is where the advisor spawns inside here, guys.
A dark librarian. I think that's a name. I don't know though. I'm really not too sure. Like I said, I've never pulled here, so. But I've been in this zone several times, so.
That's a nice little stun they got there. Does look like the see through the eyes is a little choppy at times, depending on like how the person's moving around and things of that sort. So I do apologize to those of you who are watching and see that and you're like, oh, what's going on there? That's just you know, the quirks of using one of those little spells.
But it sure is nice to use one of those spells.
I think so. I mean, this is giving me a brand new perspective for somebody who would normally just be sitting there looking at a wall waiting for the puller to grab something.
Illegible scroll. I don't know what that's for.
I think that is for the Goldbane quest. You can get a piece over in High Keep, you get a piece over here, and you get 2 more pieces in different zones. Turn them all in, and you get a Goldbane. Or you can camp the item, but you can do the quest for it as well.
No, Ghoulbane is a dropped item.
It's both. It's actually both.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that until earlier this week. She's a librarian, for Pete's sake. How dark can she be? You know, the Necronomicon, Book of the Dead. I mean, you know, there's a lot of evil books out there. Twilight, you know.
Twilight.
Yeah, notice that's still a nice view inside. Ooh, wow. Okay, you got a few there.
Oh, feign death failed. Of course.
Whistling Fist. Okay, so that's for Whistling Fist.
Oh, I'll take that then.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. You don't go upstairs, you go in and right. There is a crap ton of mobs. Careful.
Yeah, thanks for that, Sorrel. It would have been helpful a few minutes ago, man.
Oh yeah, if you're going to like the courtyard, you can definitely go into the right. It would have been helpful a few minutes ago. Just thinking, you know, like, oh yeah, I've been in there, and they're like, no, 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 he just insulted you, dude.
I'm voting no on your app, by the way, Sorrel, just for that, man. I'm voting no. I'm voting no. Too late. But no.
Oh, they delay, sorry. Yeah. You gotta remember, they're like 30, 40 seconds behind us. Now, I am leaving up the experience over there on the right. I hope that doesn't get in the way, but just so you guys can give a nice little view of how much experience you earn at 31. It's going to vary, too, depending on, of course, how many people you have and the level of those people, as well as the class. Some classes have a penalty, and you're going to earn a little bit less experience because of them. Ah, there we
The
go.
reward, the reward is unknown for that quest. I don't think nobody. I don't think that's. I don't know. I don't know. Really don't know.
That's weird. If it's unknown, then chances are there is no reward for it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it when they resist me. That's fantastic. There we go. 103 out of 250. It's even better. Oh, yeah, look at that, guys, right there. I hit it for a non-melee for 2 points of damage. 2 points of damage at a 250. I'm Uber. I know what I'm doing. Those wizard powers at work feel fantastic. So horrible. 2 points. Earlier, I hit it for a total of a grand whopping 1 damage. And I thought that was... like with wizards, I believe they get the ability to roll their dice every single time they cast, whereas most people only roll their dice when something great drops. Our rolls are just, is our spell going to hit? And if it hits, how hard is it going to hit? Oh, we got an ad out here.
Okay.
Oh, you got 2 following you.
Yep.
Ah, 243. That's not too bad. Did you get dispelled, or did I just lose buying sight on you? Because I just cast that like a minute ago. It's already gone.
Yeah, it's only 22. It's only a 22-minute cast, man.
I mean, I just cast it on you like, I don't know, like 3 minutes ago, maybe at that.
It doesn't give me a buff at all. It just gives it to you.
Oh, okay.
So anybody you have bind sight on, you can bind sight as long as as long as you want, because they can't see if you have bind sight on them or not.
Did you spit on him or something, AC? Ought to be worth 2 points. I don't know. I'm a 5-head, so my spit may not be worth 2 points. Not gonna get a spell off on that guy in time because they're wiping the floor with these. So we got a new tank here,
A Shadow Knight.
which will be good, considering we really didn't even need a tank because ZK is just mopping the floor with these things. Oh yeah, 243. So fine steel great staff. That's not too bad. Remember, there's not a lot of places to sell over here. You kind of got to go all the way back to GFA if you want to sell, which for me, not too big of a deal because I can just teleport, but for most people, you're going to have to run. And if you're overweight, more like crawl. You can see ZK's using the old school technique of getting right there on the side, using your camera angles to peek around the corner. That way you don't have to go around the corner and let them see you. So he's actually able to see inside there. And if you turn your camera angle a little bit more with like the F9 buttons, you can see a whole lot more inside the room. Sometimes you can see all the way in as long as the door is open.
Yeah, there's like 6 in there. I'm not going to pull that. 6 casters, it looks like.
No, that would be all at once or nothing at all. Yeah, and here, and to the right is the... Oh, there you go. You got two of them.
Yep. Yeah, see, it's always good to check your back to make sure you have a single, or you have if you get more than one, to let the group know.
Oh yeah, nice resist. I can already tell I'm gonna be complaining about that every single time it happens until I get used to it. It's so different from playing a cleric. Nobody ever resists your spells. You don't have to worry about when you go to a zone. Oh, is it too high level in there? No, like I can heal a warrior whether he's low level or high level. Hot
Well,
tea, anyone?
the thing is, the only thing you have to worry about as a shaman or a cleric is if your spell gets interrupted.
Yeah, but that never happens unless you're getting hit. If you're getting hit, it's somebody else's fault. As a cleric, like the tank's not taunting it off of you. Yeah, really, the cleric is not getting hit unless he's just doing things really very, very poorly on his healing ability, like when he needs to heal. So, hot tea, anyone? I have celestial seasoning, sleepy time, vanilla tonight. It has chamomile, spearmint, and lemongrass infused with creamy vanilla. Healers worry about line of sight sometimes. Not really. I mean, I don't know about druids and shamans, but my cleric, he can heal through walls, through floors, through, ceilings, whatever. He worries about distance-wise, and some of his spells, like Remedy, has the largest range on his spells. It does the least amount of healing, but the largest range on them. So I usually use that if they're really far away, like a monk or a Shadow Knight's fooling and he's feigned death somewhere and he needs a top off. Not the most efficient spell, but definitely one of the longest ranging spells that he can have. But really, that's like just yeah, range is all I ever worry about on a healer. I guess wizards will probably worry about line of sight though, because I know when I was in Oasis, I had a fireball spell that would occasionally get either get blocked by something or wouldn't go far enough. Sometimes if the work was going up the hill, it would try to follow him and it wouldn't quite make the elevation in time, and it would run into the ground itself, and I'd lose the spell. So I guess there are going to be some type of line of sight issues with spells like that. Hopefully, there's not too many of them for wizards, but there probably going to be a few. Oh yeah, the bolt spells can do that. Yeah, so I guess that's the line of spells that I was talking about right there is the bolt
And
spell.
I'm out of throwing stars.
Just body pull it. Like it sucks. You're gonna get a few more. Wish I could summon you some or something.
Reroll mage.
They don't get teleports.
You get called a hero. That's a teleport.
Yeah, but it doesn't teleport me. It just teleports you. Yeah, that tea sounds actually quite delicious. Sounds like there's a lot going on. Everything in there sounds really good. I don't know about the lemongrass. I've never had lemongrass, and the only thing I know about lemongrass is from the movie Grandma's Boy, where they go eat at that vegan place and they start making fun of it.
And it's a big pool. Get roots ready.
Oh,
I don't have any.
we got an
I don't
enchanter.
have. Yeah, I don't have any throwing stars to just put this stuff where I would.
Oh, you might want to. Oh, that's a big pool.
Yeah, I told you.
All right, you're on the dancer.
No, I'm mending.
All right, I blast the crap out of this. Oh yeah, dancer's going down. Not in that kind of way, guys.
Don't kill the dancer.
Oh,
Oh, too late.
Yeah. Sorry. Why didn't you want to kill the dancer?
Enchanter wanted to charm it. They're rogues. The dancers are rogues, and you know they're good. They're good pets.
Yeah. It's just greatest is going down over there. I don't want him to die. These guys are pretty simple, pretty easy.
Yeah.
Not nearly as hard as the guy out here in the yard. Of course, I just used like 80% of my mana killing those guys, but at least they're dead.
You got clarity. Why are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, you know, big pool, big mana. Oh yeah, first resist. That's not too bad. I have about 7 hours before work. I'll just run a cup right over.
The group is full right now, Arctic. But you're welcome to come down if you want. When we have a spot open.
Yeah, would love to have you come out here, man. Jeez, there's like no safe place for me to stand. Protect me, big guy. Protect me. Be my bodyguard. It's the only safe space. I got mobs to my left. I got mobs to my right. Alright, here we go.
I hit Arctic. I hit 36 three times. How did you manage to do that? Where did that mob go? Oh.
I hit 36 three times yesterday. 36 three times is not too bad. Oh, no, he was saying he hit 36, level 36 three times. I thought he meant he had done 36 damage 3 times in a row. Sorry, I misunderstood that one. Yeah, that's not good. That does suck. But on the bright side, you did get to hear the sound of dinging 3 times in a row. And, you know, how many people could say they get to hear that quickly? Hopefully not that many, but still. Because the only way you're hearing that is if you're dinging like that. I was eating lynch myself to death. Oh, man, you got to be very careful with that. I know a lot of people AFKing or just not paying attention, and the exact same thing will happen. That is a very, very large club that you are in, my friend. Oh, and then you lost your camp and you tried East Freeport. What level did Superbits do East Freeport with his shaman? Was it 35? 40?
It was like 37, 39, 38, something like that.
Then I went to Oasis, and Castle gave me a spanking. Castle gives so many people a spanking, I sometimes wonder if he's into that sort of thing. And I think he is. I think he, you know, walks around with a whip and some chains. And he's waiting to meet the right giant. Yeah, we got an ad right here. He just wants a little bit of love. He just wants to find the right person who will tie him up.
If any of you guys got a healer, our group is looking for a healer.
Greatest Wizard Medic. There's a good name for him. If he was hanging out with me quite a bit, that would be perfect. I don't know how often he's actually going to see a wizard in this game. From what I hear, they're fairly endangered species right there with paladins. We'll see. Well, you know, I know that you don't find too many of them for ports, that's for sure. And some people were saying if you can get the ports up to Plane of Hate and Plane of Fear or not Planet Fear, Planet Hate and Planet Sky, you can make some big money from the right guilds that don't have enough or simply want to go up there too fast for their own guys to be able to handle it.
Yeah, it's a great way to make money that way too. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it pays a lot of it pays. It's worth it, AC.
Yeah, I sat over there because some people were like, "Oh, you can still get some money for reports," and the only ones I have right now are I laugh because they're just absolutely horrible. Is Tox because everybody goes to Tox, and then of course GFA, which is not too bad, and then North Karanas. Those are the only three that I have. So I went over there, thinking if I was stuck in over there real early in the morning, there's nobody porting, absolutely nobody porting. And I was like, if I was stuck over there, I'd take a North Karanas and just run it or something. If I was, or go to GFA and see if I can, do something over there. I sat there for about 2 hours, and there was people who were like, anybody doing ports? No dial-up port on. And I was doing my OC, and people were like, is there any ports I do my OC? And right afterwards, they would be like, are there any real ports? Nobody wanted to go to my zones, and nobody was willing to... yeah, just nobody wanted to go. Nobody even wanted to use it. It wasn't like they just wanted it for free. They just didn't want to use it. Like, nobody wants to go to North K, GFA, or Tox. It's absolutely a horrible location. So I'm going to have to wait until I can at least go to West Commons or something. Maybe Iceclad and Dreadlands might be useful to some people, but no money in it. Arctic, I go to Tox so much. You're the only one that goes to that zone. I wish more people used it. It's actually pretty good. Now that I can go there, I have gotten some good experience as far as like finding my way through the zone and going to town, and it seems a lot more accessible to me now because I can go there anytime I feel like it. Makes me miss playing my Gnomeling Wizard Cherry Bomb. Just got to recreate her, and get her back up here to into the game, and we can definitely level them up. Could always use more wizards and more paladins.
Well, now wait a minute. Sarkin said we don't want too many, or they won't be rare. I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Werewolf Talon and a Power of Wing. Or Wind. Huh. What are those for, do you know?
I have no idea. Honestly have no idea. How's your mana?
60?
But the healer's AFK, so we're gonna have to wait.
Right, let me look up this. That's not what I wanted to do. I will look up this item real quick, because it is part of another quest. AMSTF. Scroll. The Sword of Nobility quest. Which requires you to have what? Okay. I hate the guide on this one because it's so ridiculous. It lists...
Oh, I leveled. I didn't even realize.
Oh, nice. Let me read what it wants. Tale about a known... Yep, that's that one. This quest sucks so bad. The guy who wrote this on the wiki, he lists all the text that the quest mob says. Doesn't tell you where you need to go, and doesn't tell you the items you need to pick up. But he tells you once you get the items to go turn them back in. I'm like, that's fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate your thoroughness on that one. I would never have figured out that once I get the items, I have to go turn them back in. It seems so outstanding that you led me in on that little secret of yours. Next, you need to find Liara. She is staying on the rock outside of Unrest. Where did you get it? Yeah, I'm not doing this quest. You suck so bad at directions. It
Oh, thanks,
reminds me
Mr.
of
Guest.
like old school when you had to figure stuff out, which is good, but I can't do that while I'm playing. It's the item I was just showing you right here. Asimov's scroll. That is for the gold plane. If you want to do the quest to get the item rather than go and farm the item from an NPC. Are they doing like an AFK or
I don't know.
full respawn? Yeah, I'm at 90%, man.
I'm waiting. We're waiting for the healer to get back.
Oh, okay, okay. So she is AFK.
It looks like we might be losing the enchanter too.
Ouch.
Arctic, you might as well not come, man. If our group is gonna be it looks like our group is gonna be disbanding. It looks like. I mean, we're losing our healer soon and our enchanter soon. So, okay, our healer's back. All right.
Do I detect a hint of sarcasm, Izzy? Uh, no, I actually do love it back in the day of trying to figure quest out myself. But you know, if you're gonna make a wiki post on how to do the quest and then yeah, like not give any information on how to do it, like I think that's fantastic. I think that's like the best way to troll people. Here's how you do it, guys. First, you read the text. Then you figure it out on your own. Yeah. Wouldn't be
That's super classic, man. That's super classic.
it is, but I wouldn't be looking it up on the wiki if I wanted to figure it out on my own. I would just, you know, save the time and figure it out on my own. So that guy needs to be punched right in the nose. Probably has who made that one too.
AC can't port to West Commons though.
Yeah, I can take you to North Karanas, which everybody loves running that. I mean, North Karanas to West Karanas, that's not a long run. What is that, like 30 minutes? 40 maybe? With no
Not
Spirit
even,
of Wolf because I don't have Spirit of Wolf to give you?
not even that, man. It's like a 5-minute run from North Corona to West Corona.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
South Corona, I meant. And West Corona as well as a wizard port. But from the Druid Ring, it's a further away.
5-minute run? You're saying to get from North Karanas or South Karanas to West Commons is going to take you 5 minutes.
Oh, West Commons. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
You said West Corona.
No, because everybody wants to go to West Commons. So I'll drop him off in North Karanas. You can run the rest of the way there. It's going to take him a good little bit. Well, at any rate, a little bit of smart. You know, everybody has a little bit of them inside of them. Let it out every once in a while. When they do something so ridiculous. Level 34, though, I can teleport you to... Is it Tox? Might be Tox. So, like, 2.5 more levels? It shouldn't take too long. Oh, come on, guys. Where's the aggro control?
I'm working on my hand-to-hand, so I took my T-staff off. Sorry, man.
I'm just giving you a hard time. I cast it 2 blast on it, which is Usually one more than I normally do. Like one hit is all aggro I can usually afford to get on the mom. Oh yeah, check that out. I love watching their life when my spell goes off. Actually seeing it make a dent. You cast with the cleric, and unless you're attacking undead, you ain't seeing any damage going down. There we go. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, yeah, 63 to about 36. You get neck portal at 34 AC. Works until no West Commons for folks headed to EC Tunnel. Yeah, I figured neck would be close enough. Most people would be somewhat okay running through neck. I'm sure there's going to be those elitists that are just like, no, I'll wait for a druid. But, I mean, it's pretty much the same distance. Actually, it might be even closer in a sense because, you know, right across from the neck entrance to the commons is the tunnel. So you just have to run straight across there. But then you do have to run through the whole of neck to get through it. Which really is not that bad. I say you can do talks, which means I can go kill some guards for money for a port elsewhere. Neck is closer to EC Tunnel, time-wise.
Not really. No, the closest thing is North Row because you really poured into North Row and you're right in front of the tunnel entrance, or to the East Commonland from North Row.
Yeah, but I don't get North Row for a while. Not at 34, that's for sure.
Yep.
39 maybe, probably 44. It's gonna be something ridiculous. Yeah, Giddies just have to dodge some Dark Elves. Not even really. I mean, if they know where they're going, they can just hug the wall if they really, really wanted to. Otherwise, they could just kind of skate across the path. And when you get to the bridge, just swim through it. Or run right through it if you're high enough level. Those guys don't seem to bother me when I run through my cleric. Yeah, no one ever wants North Row because they don't even remember about it. I know Cypher will offer it to me all the time, and I'll be like, why would I want to go to Row? Because I'm always thinking of the other one. Like, that's the Druid port that everybody assumes you're talking about. And they don't remember, oh yeah, there's 2 rows, and Wizards can port to both of them.
Actually, Wizards cannot port to both of them. They can evac to South Row. They can't port directly to South Row.
It's the same thing. Like, I can take you. Like, evac has a chance to fail on certain party members getting there, but like, I don't know what you tell the person once they pay you and be like, oh, you didn't get ported with me. Sorry, man. Yeah, North Row and South Row. Of course, like ZK is saying, it may not be a port, it may be an evac, but you can still get there.
Yep. Wizards port to North Row instead of South Row, but they can evac to South Row, so they can't port directly to South Row, but they can evac.
Never had a South Row evac leave anyone. I've never used an evac myself. I'm just going by what the wiki says, where it says a small chance to leave somebody behind. So, is it a common thing? Probably not if it says it's a small chance, but apparently there is somewhat of a chance. I do know that with evacs, which I don't think is the case for ports, if you use an evac and somebody has cast it like Divine Barrier on themselves, like a cleric, they will be left behind. The evac will not take them with them. But a port seems to bypass that and will still take them. So, again, there's a little bit of a difference. I know evacs are faster, ports tend to be slower, which is probably why they take less mana. When you're in the plane of fear or hate, someone always gets left behind. I've had it happen once or twice over the course of 5 years of Druid ports. See, so I guess it's super rare. When it happens, you're just like, oh, okay, you're 1 in a million. Yeah, I've been doing this for a few years now. I've never seen it. But I stopped using ports and just use suckers instead. They're faster. Yeah, I believe I get my first set of translocate at 39. But man, translocate, they require gems. I think somebody was saying they're about a plat a piece. And Cypher tells me his translocates for when he's trying to make money by porting people around, he's never gotten paid for one of them. Whereas when he
Yeah,
ports
that's why you
people,
make sure. That's why you make sure you guaranteed to pay they pay you up front before you translocate them. You don't be an idiot about it.
well, I mean, if you're gonna be a little greedy and be like, "Oh, give me my money," I was just gonna be like, donations accepted but not required. So, I'm
Well, I mean, it's different for translocates because I mean, you cast a spell and you hit yes or no on the box and they take it. You know, it's not like a port. It's a box. You click yes or no.
I know. I mean, I've done them before. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't ask somebody for money, but at the same time, hearing from somebody who has a wizard has tried doing that several times, as far as doing the whole port thing for cash. Apparently, he doesn't get paid with translocates, and when I found out they actually take mineral or a little component of some sort, I'm just like, that probably won't be something that I cast. I'll just do the port, use a little bit extra mana.
I don't think it's the case, man. I don't think translocates take a regent.
Yeah, they do. I looked it up.
Maybe they do. I don't know. I haven't played a wizard, so I wouldn't know. But I don't know.
Can bards cast a DA song in P99? We used to get one that you get LXC. I don't know. I think Nonal has talked about that before. I think that's not classic. That's something that came later in the series. So yeah, I
What
don't
are you
think
talking about?
whether bards get a DA song.
Yeah, they do. They get one at 60.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's classic. It's classic. Bard's always got a DA song.
Yeah, small portal fragments for translocates. How much do those cost? Do you know, man? Is it like a plat? Is it? Because I think that's what ZK was saying. They're about a plat a piece. Oh, here I'm just sitting here talking to you guys. I'm not even casting spells. Better pay attention. Although
Yeah,
it's,
you're not on cleric. You're not on your cleric AC.
I
So
know
you have to.
my role is even less useful. Like I could sit here and not do anything, and people wouldn't even notice.
No, that's not true.
I'm pretty
We
sure.
need you, man. Don't. You know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the wizards can go AFK for like 10 minutes, and people would just be like, there's not even anything going on. The bard would cast a group DA song, then only the person who wants to be ported cancels it. That would work. Fragments cost 1 platinum. Yeah, okay, so they do cost a little bit of money. Wow, druids to translocate because the port would hit people with the. I mean, you could just translocate each individual person, or you can translocate the entire group. They still have to click the yes or no button, so I don't see why you would need the DA to stop people, unless you were doing the evac. But
Well, see, you can't even cast it when they have DA up.
well, you can cast the evac if they're in the group with you, and if they have DA
No,
up,
you
it won't
can't.
take them with them.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Not if DA is on.
Well, not if it's on you.
No, I mean the bar DA is on the whole group, man. So once it's casted, nobody can cast anything.
I thought you can click it off.
You can click it off, but but if you don't click it off, you can't cast anything.
Right, right. But if you click it off, you can cast the evac, but it's only going to take people who click it off as well. Like it's going to leave everybody else behind. I think that's what he's saying. He used that to effect, but I'm not sure like in what instant that would be useful.
Uh,
You start casting the port, bard cast DA, it works, your friend is mistaken. All I know is with the cleric DA, I have had them cast the evac before, and in the middle of the evac, I'm about to die. I cast my DA for the cleric, which is of course different from a bard's, but in theory, very similar. It leaves me behind, even though he casted it beforehand. So if DA is up technically it's supposed to leave you behind. Again, I don't know how the bard one works, but I can guarantee you that the cleric one works that way, because I die when everybody leaves and the cleric is there, and you're just like, oh yeah, that's fantastic. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I love being left behind. It's beautiful back here, and now my face is on the ground. I saw you get left behind your cleric when DA. Yeah, that was over in Lower Guck. I think is when we did that one. That was little misfortunate on my half. Just it sucks so bad. It sucks so bad. I had no idea that was gonna happen. Otherwise, I would have clicked it. I probably would have died if I had clicked it off, but I did anyways, so I would have risked it. You will be left behind, like translocate on like a port. That's the purpose, because druids can't translocate. So if you want someone off of a druid, you can with a bard. Okay. I still don't understand like why you would use that, because if you have a druid and you want to send them off with them, just have them disband and reform another group. Like, it just seems like a lot of work for the group not to. Let me see if I can find... Yeah, send me a message on there. On Skype, if you don't mind, man.
I got him.
I appreciate it, dude. Let's see, how much experience have we made? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I'm an idiot. So you're saying you don't want to port to the location, but they still want the spell, and all you have is a group one. So by putting that on the druid, you don't have to go, and you're just basically making a translocate spell. Yeah. Okay, I get it. It's a lot of work to stay behind. I would just bind my... I guess maybe some locations you don't want to bind yourself, but... Yeah, it's like a poor man's translocate.
I added you to the call, Arctic. I don't know. I think AC has to do it. I tried.
It's Jason, right?
No.
Oh, okay, Skype is frozen. He's gonna restart it. You can add him again here in a minute, if you don't mind.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's crazy how people will find a way to do what they need to do without having that org wearing GEBs. What do you think, ZK? Is he wearing it?
It's not an orc. It's an ogre.
Ogre. You know what I'm saying, dude.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Do you get the words that are coming out of my mouth?
You know what I'm saying? Yes, I do believe I know what you are saying. I love that episode of South Park.
Why do you keep asking me if I get what you were saying? Gotta run, guys. Thanks for twitching, and catch you another time. Cheers. All right, later, Gandalf. Thanks for coming by, man.
Well, we're losing our shaman, but I mean Arctic can heal, so it's no big deal.
Is Arctic here already? Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's in the group.
Yeah, we're getting decent experience. I'm already close to getting a bubble. What about you? How much have you gotten?
I'm gaining 3%, but I'm in a hell level.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm not looking forward to going through that one. I just got out of a hell level. I'm nice to go wait and give me like 3 or 4 levels before I go into another one. Level 30 was, you know, it wasn't horrible, but it was kind of rough. It took me all day to get through it. Like I said, guys, I apologize for the the silence, but I gotta rest my throat every so often and drink some water.
Got my haste, bastard. Got my haste.
Right as he leaves, too. Oh, we got an enchantress still, though, right?
No.
Or she left, too?
No, I got dispelled. The dispel got my haste.
No, I'm just saying, like, the enchanter could put it back on you, but I don't think we have
No,
her anymore.
we don't have an enchanter.
Yeah, and our shaman just left, so... That's bad timing. Was it your first spell?
Yeah.
Oof, that's bad placement right there.
Can you give me a see invis as a junk buff?
Sure.
We can pick up that mage. I mean, we really don't. Alright, let me add Arctic to the call. We really don't have a healer, so one of the Necros are gonna have to heal.
Did you have Arctic? Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know if that's going to be good enough, because you come out of there taking some pretty bad hits sometimes. My main character is getting close to level 30, and I'm looking forward to hell levels. It just feels like real EQ to me. Yeah, you know, they definitely do add a new aspect to the game. They slow it down. And for the very first time in your leveling career, you will get to know the people that you're grouping with and the zone that you're in. No longer are you going to crush bone and getting through it within a day and a half or 2 days or a week or however long it took you to get through that, depending on how fast or how long you're playing the game. If you're going like casual, a couple hours here and there, it takes you a little bit longer than you know, going hardcore and seeing 8-9 hours a day.
It won't let me add him.
Tell him to send me a message on Skype. I've already asked him, but that way I can click it. But yeah, you know, and then you slow the game down quite a bit. There you go.
There we go. What's up, Arctic?
I've got heals loaded, but you gotta be nice. My one heal is level 8, the other is the heal overtime at 20. Are you able to hear me, or do I have to play with settings yet?
No, we can hear you.
I hear you.
Alright.
Yeah, it should be fine for most pools. It's just that some of those were bashing them in the face in there, so I guess you just have to be a little bit more careful.
Decaying has a cleric he can switch to, if we need be.
You know, it's up to you. You're the one pulling.
I'd prefer crowd control though, but we need a healer as well.
I will drop my pet and get root as well. I have Screaming Terror up. If you need help with the double pull, I can mez on the bridge. I just don't have... The only thing I have loaded for damage is my self-heal. DK, just make sure you have Shadow Compact up and just toss that on every once in a while if he gets really low. We'll see how this goes.
I don't have that up. I've got one incoming.
Oh, I'm saying for the other Necro, not you. I said D.
Is he in the stream or?
He responded to you in group chat, so he said would rather stay on D, but if he'd be available as a group makeup, I can switch.
Oh, I thought he was replying to somebody who's talking in group chat. Fortunately, I very rarely actually look down there. You know, I would prefer him to stay on whatever character he wants to play, to be honest.
I got 2 incoming.
And we make it
Yeah,
work with
dude.
whatever he wants.
Come back, Arctic. Turn around. Turn around.
I think it adds a little something to the game when you don't have the perfect group.
Wrong route. Shit. 1 second here. I'm remembering the other route. I had my undead route up. Whoops.
Hey, can you give me a C and Viz so it goes to my first slot AC?
Uh-huh.
It's on my bottom slot somehow.
Hey, Whirling, trade. Before you pull, let me give you something to trade with. Just give it back to me when you're done.
Did you go on the right spot right there?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the DPS is real here, so even if you pull a lot, as long as you're not taking too much damage, I think you'll be fine.
Just make sure you get back that to me before you leave.
I don't need that, man. Cheers.
Since it gives you attack buff, and it gives you a junk buff slot. For instance,
Yeah, I've got one on my shaman I can transfer over. I just haven't done
no,
it yet.
you can just use it for now. It'd be easier than having to give it to Viz all the time.
I don't mind. I don't mind giving it to him.
It's okay,
Alright.
man. Don't worry about it. I just need to transfer that earring off.
Just figure for the time being it'd be a help.
What was what's the name of the earring for those out there that are kind of watching?
Shrunken goblin earring. I'll link it to you in a minute.
Goblin earring. I've told Toom he needs to get one of those, but he won't listen
I
to
gotta
me.
pop. I gotta pop over there on the side.
It's a nice little junk buff, even though it gives you
Rudy.
attack bonus, but it's an insta click. So all you gotta do is equip it and then cast it every time you get dispelled, or click it. I mean, every time you get dispelled. But Doom won't do it. I don't know why.
You know, he kind of got rid of some of his cold bar armor.
Healing, Sir
Well.
Blast. As soon as we get caught up on heals, I'll link it to you.
Yeah, he needs the junk buff, man.
Yeah, I told him, but he's like, I don't need that armor anymore, and I'm like, dude, you know, the more.
Who says they don't
need
need a junk buff?
What, the cobalt armor that Thum had? He got rid of a lot of it.
Ooh.
Tell him it's good for junk buffs, man. He's always getting dispelled.
See, I have my telescope that I can also use as a junk buff if needed.
I was gonna
I
ask.
don't like it. I don't like the telescope at all.
Do you have cancel magic, Sir Blast? I can't remember.
I'm sure I get it at some point, but no, I don't think I have it yet.
Because I don't have the slot to mem it to take off the heal over time effect on me. All right, for Necro for healing, you have Shadow Compact. It is a great heal over time. What you can do is if you make sure your debuff is in the top slot, you can cancel the magic and take away all of your healing loss.
I think this group is tough enough to take on the courtyard, guys.
Probably, yeah. Not a lot of my spells are landing on some of these harder ones, but... So you want me to just cancel magic on which ones?
Just, hang on. Trying to see what I can get rid of. We don't have a cleric, so I can get rid of Twitch for now.
We don't have an enchanter though either, so.
Yeah, Twitch is mana, so I have root. I don't have snare up. The other necro can snare, or the SK can. No, the SK is normally use snare for aggro snap.
You guys know if with the wizard, the global cooldown abilities such as that telescope work with the
Telescope works for any global cooldown unless you have a spell that's longer refresh than the global cooldown.
Yep.
like harvest. Harvest is I think it's 900 seconds or something.
It doesn't work for harvest.
Oh, okay.
I've tried.
Yeah, I figured as much because harvest just gives you free mana.
If it did, then it would be OP.
Yeah, I was gonna say it gives you an entire bubble of free mana when you cast it, but it takes like what 8 minutes for it to come back or something along that.
Yeah. It's like 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, you need that. Get that. Doom needs to get that shrunken goblin earring. I've told him about it, but he just won't do it. I've got one on ZK that I'm gonna switch over to my monk here.
And just like that, my debuff is gone by canceling magic.
And I've also got a bracer of the hidden. We can.
Yeah, Bracer of the Hidden is something I need to get from my cleric, just so that he doesn't have to, freaking lose target when he's trying to heal a rogue who keeps going into sneak, which is one of the most annoying things ever.
I'm going to take a little bit of damage here because I need to get my Shadow Recourse as my top slot, so... Right now, if this keeps up, we can take any DPS. I'm doing fine on keeping up on heals.
I wouldn't get too cocky, man.
For right now, I said.
Yeah, as long as the pools keep coming how you're doing them, then we're fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, those words are awesome.
Snag them, dude.
DK has them. The other Necro has them, so.
Oh, okay, that's right. You got more than one Negro here.
We could get that rogue, the 39 rogue.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. More DPS. Now, this is what I was talking about, guys, is having a group in Seb. You need to have, a lot of the time, that perfect group. But down here at some of the lower levels, you can make do with whatever. And some people will talk about how they don't like this class, or this class isn't found in groups a lot. If you just wait, if you just, give it some time, you can get into a group eventually. You just got to get your foot in that door. Once people find out that that class can do something, or that you actually are fairly decent at playing that class, you'll see a lot more doors open up to you in the future.
We're gonna have a big pool here, so.
Let me get. Are you coming from the castle?
Yeah.
I'm gonna assist you to shoot the first target. So whichever one you want me to root.
Yeah, it's probably better you root, because none of my roots were landing.
This is like 6 mobs, because I don't have any stars.
You can't feign death?
No, I can feign death.
6 might be harsh.
I mean, I just don't have any throwing stars or anything. I ran out.
Oh, pop back.
Alright, I got the rogue. I invited the rogue.
We have a pop, don't pull.
Yep.
I've got FD. Do you want me to try to ST pull and see if we can get 1 or 2 and you can take off me?
I don't have any stars.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, just gonna have to body pull.
We're just gonna have to root them.
Yeah, I think with that rogue there, we're gonna have the DPS for it. So if you start to take a lot of damage, just feign it off, man. Let some of these pets steal the tanking for you.
Or do you want me to try taking off you? Oh, you have to body pull, and I can't FD. I can't pull from you. Can I if you FD?
Alright, here we go. I've got mend up, so we're so good. Get ready.
I'm rooting a Deadly Usher. A Gypsy Dancer is a rogue. Do not let it hit you in the back.
Yep.
Rooting a Werewolf. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back.
I'm popping mend. It's mend is pop.
Call if you need a heal because I'm trying to get everything under control.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I think
everything's locked down.
Get that pet off that. Get the pet off the werewolf. Get the pet off the werewolf.
Werewolf's almost dead, actually.
Not that, yeah, but it's. I can't heal all the pets and heal everyone else. The far werewolf is Mez.
Nice job, guys.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You guys locked it down fast.
Repop, repop.
Yep.
Get some weapons. Can you give some to my pet? I ran out last night. That's how much I died.
Oh, you got another pop. I got a werewolf on me.
Rooting the one on the right. Back up, back up, back up.
Arctic, watch out. He's oh no, he's not.
That's not me. I'm rooting the werewolf in front. Rooting it, back off. Going. Crap, I hate when that happens. Healing Sir Blast.
That's how you deal with a pack of werewolves right there. Yeah.
Okay, the only thing is, I wish we would kill them a slightly slower to make it easier on the next pull.
Yeah. Met up if you guys need. That was a big pull, I know. So met up if you guys need.
My call pull got.
Yeah, see, this is why I love Mistmoore. You can practically, build up groups with anything, man. I mean, thanks, mystery guest. That was pretty intense sometimes.
I need a mob to. Oh, never mind. I'm getting healed.
You gotta love the little.
I've got 85% max. I'm just playing crowd control and healer.
You gotta love this seductress right here, guys. Look at the outfit.
Just make sure the group is healed, and and met up and lich, or whatever you want to do.
A stone marker. I don't know what that does.
Stone marker.
My lich got dispelled there when I was rooting.
I think a couple of those guys had weapons on them. The Glyph Custodian over here seems to have one. If anybody snags it, you can give it to your pet. Nah, I think his mind is going to beat you to it. So those of you who play games like this, is there anything that you would like to see as far as like events going on during the holidays? Because I know like Everquest Live and Everquest 2, they do things for the holidays, such as like Christmas, like Valentine's Day, they even have something going on.
Repop in the entrance.
Thanksgiving, they'll allow you to make some trade skill items, things like food that you can put in your house. Or I had always kind of wished that the old school EverQuest did special spawns during the holidays for Thanksgiving. So maybe a turkey-like creature, maybe not just like a pure turkey. Although over in Iceclad they have like little bunny rabbits. So maybe in the right zone, just like a straight-up turkey would work. But now like an evil turkey that you have to kill that drops little pieces.
Repop.
That then you could turn into trade skills and make like a turkey dinner and just little fun little treats like that may only last for a short duration, a couple hours for the meal itself, and give you a few little stats here and there, but kind of bring in the holiday season a little bit more. Same thing as like Halloween, seeing pumpkins kind of spawning all over in different zones.
Sir, AC.
What's up?
See the wall over where I'm at?
Yeah.
Come put your back to this wall and you'll never get hit by a repop.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it too much, man. If I start
This
taking
is the safe. This is a safe wall.
yeah, if I start taking too much damage, I'll sit over there. I love holiday events and games. They're some of my favorite things. And WoW, I like to see them here.
Check.
What's that?
Mana check.
85.
Full.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see some of the holiday events come in here. I just don't want to see them yet as crazy as they are in some of the other games. They seem to kind of take over.
Rooting.
Well, the reason
Back up. I just rooted one. I probably rooted the wrong one.
They shouldn't do them every year. That's why they're called holiday events, you know. I mean, they do like the Halloween event, and sometimes they do one on Christmas on P99, but they don't do them very often.
Yeah.
Because they're special for a reason, you know.
I'd be okay with that. Yeah, because like on Live or EverQuest 2, for example, because I play that one quite a bit, so I know a little bit more about that one. You know, you have more and more holidays over the course of years. Because they start out with like Christmas is one of the biggest ones they do. After Christmas got bigger and bigger and bigger, they finally like, okay, that one's pretty much finalized. We'll add a few little trinkets in every year to kind of keep it fresh for the other players who have done this before. Now we're going to do another one. We'll do Halloween, and Halloween starts off the same way. So now you have 2 every year. And then it becomes 3, then 4, then 5. And it seems like if you look at the calendar on EverQuest 2, pretty much all month long, every month, there's something going on. You know, the day of solstice, you know, festivals for the town. I mean, every day there's an event, and that's just a little bit too much. Doesn't seem like it's a holiday event.
Usher rooted back up.
Because it's all year round. So yeah, I kind of agree with ZK. Maybe one year do Thanksgiving and Halloween, the next year do Christmas and Valentine's Day or something along those lines. Making you want to go out and get them, and also giving you time to concentrate on those 2 every other year or every 3 years, so that there's a lot more in there that's different than the ones that were previous.
Yeah, I might pull aggro, but I need to. No, I don't need even anything.
Of course, that's just my opinion, guys. You guys are maybe like, I love those in those holiday events all year round. It gives me something to do after I've been playing for a long time, and you don't miss like your favorite holiday because they didn't pick it that year. So we have a Brigand of the Earth here? I thought they were all gone.
No, they're rebuilding it, man. No, every holiday, every year. Jeez, guys, way to be Scrooges. Yep, I guess we're Scrooge McDuck now, Mr. Guest.
Yeah, I guess.
Bah humbug, Mr. Guest. Bah humbug.
That's right, Mr. Yes. All right, well, you guys completely disagree then. You guys like that 24-hour holiday stuff. I like it when they're a little bit more special, when they mean a little bit more, but I can see what you're saying. Like, I do love the Christmas holiday in EverQuest too. Like, they have this... They started out where it was just very simple. You can go around and deliver, like, little packages, little Christmas packages to some of the people in town, and finished off a quest, and you got a reward for it. Now they're all the way into... It's a zone of its own that you teleport into. It's Christmas land. And you got like Santa Claus's sleigh and all the little elves, and there's like quest after quest after quest after quest. It takes a good 2 or 3 days to work through all the quests in there to finish that off. And at the end, you have like an entire outfit of Christmas gear, you know, like robes that have like the Christmas look to them. And
Fruited, back it off.
You have like candy canes that you can use as weapons, and a lot of them are just like weird, you know, looks category only things, but it definitely has like a nice vibe, and Christmas is one of my favorite holidays, so I do appreciate that. ZK is just cranky, it'll pass.
Well, did someone fall off the ledge, or is that a glitch?
Nah, probably a glitch.
Oh, there's a rune right there for you, AC. Rune of the Helix.
What do you need, if I remember right from yesterday, or did you get them all?
No, I didn't get all of mine. That is one that I need, but I'm not gonna ask for it. It's their loot.
I got 3 incoming.
Shooting a gargoyle. Rooting the ravisher. Back up, back up.
If resistant.
No, Mr. Guess, I don't think I'm cranky. I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, but, I mean, it should be a special time. You know, they shouldn't do it every year. That's just my opinion. I mean, everybody has their own opinions, and I respect yours as well.
And they're just giving you a hard time.
I know. I know. I know she is.
Yeah, you know, this one doesn't do anything, though, for the holidays, so... Little pumpkins here and there, or, finding little reefs hanging on some of the trees now and again, would just kind of throw in that
Gargoyle
holiday vibe.
rerooted.
How come you're not doing your How come you're not doing your puzzles, Mystery Guest?
It's probably too
Healing
cold.
Valorant.
It's probably freezing where she's at right now.
Man, I hate this hell level.
How far into it?
Now I remember why I don't level up alts, guys.
Yeah, but once you get past those, once you get into your 40s, like, it just becomes a lot more driven, because you're like, oh, I want to get to the plains, I want to get into, you know, KC and Seb, and I'm so close to getting my epic. So it starts to kind of snowball, and you're like, all right, we got to level this guy up. Oh, so they are. She's a multitasker.
What kind of puzzle are you doing tonight, Mystery Guest?
And do you break your puzzles up when you're done with them? You, like, take a picture of it? Do you put it in a frame, or do you break all the pieces, put them back in the box, shake it up, and put it back on the shelf for another day? Last puzzle I did, like a real honest puzzle, was a 3D puzzle. I don't know if any of you guys out there have ever done a three-dimensional puzzle.
I love 3D puzzles. Those are the only puzzles I do.
Yeah, those are real fun. This one was a mix of a 3D puzzle and a crime solver. So it was a skyscraper. And in the skyscraper, it was like an apartment building. You could look inside each one of the windows. And some windows were closed. Some windows were like partly open. Some people had... inside the apartment building, you could see people, and above some of the people had little text boxes, little bubble boxes that popped up saying, like, whatever the conversation is that they were talking to each other. And if you read through each and every single one of the little windows, and you're like, oh, that's a lot of things to read through. Well, as you build the skyscraper, you're reading what the conversations are, so you're actually doing it over time. And if you read what everybody was saying, you could figure out who murdered who. And that was like that's solving the puzzle at the same time as building the puzzle. And I thought that was like the coolest thing ever, you know, because you're incorporating a lot of aspects into one type of thing.
We could get the name. I mean, I'm gonna work towards the courtyard, and we could gonna try to pull the name.
Rooting death site. Rooting back up, back up, back up.
I'm gonna try to pull the placeholder.
Okay, the root didn't land. Okay, don't nuke the oh crap. If someone can't nuke the next mob we attack.
Don't nuke them at all? For what? Why?
So I can life tap it. Every time I go to nuke, it's dead.
Oh yeah, well you got a lot of people over here attacking.
Alright, I need one more life tap, so don't nuke yet.
Oh, let's see.
Alright, feel free.
Norwegian. Oh, okay, so yeah, you're still doing that one. I have done puzzles like that where it's all like flowers and trees, and it's very difficult to know exactly where the pieces go. 3D puzzles, is that like a Rubik's cube? No, it's more of they're thicker pieces. They're almost like foam,
Respawn.
and you can build like the Death Star and like a whole bunch of different stuff. But like I said, the one I did was a skyscraper. And yes, I break them apart and usually give them away afterwards. Oh, okay.
Now, what do you mean give them away? Like the whole puzzle box, or what?
Yeah, probably. What you should do is find like a pen pal that does as many puzzles as you do, and send them yours, and they can send you theirs.
I just do puzzles on Facebook.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want that tactile sensation of actually picking the piece up and holding it in your hand and looking to see where it goes, and building it all and filling it as you put your hand over it and all the little pieces.
So, Arctic, I gotta ask the question: why a female Ixar?
Because I didn't realize I clicked female.
They're very close to each other. Like you can't really tell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can tell. You can tell the difference.
Nah, slightly. Only once you start putting armor on.
Oh, trust me, you can tell the difference. Alright, has mana.
40? So IKEA furniture is sort of a 3D puzzle. Have you guys seen the IKEA, man? I kid you not. They're always up on the ball on what they're doing. But they came out with one when the HTC Vive just got released. IKEA already had a program on there that you could download a game, is what they call it. But it allows you to
81 or 61%.
allows you to go in and actually build and check out all the furniture that they have. So you can see the furniture, you can interact with it, you can open the drawers and close them. And then if you like it, you can click it and it will put it all in a box like you will find it in the store. You open it up, look at the instructions, and then physically build the thing from the ground up so you can see how hard it is and what tools you might need and how much space you want. Yep, when I finish them, I don't want to see it again. So I either give it away to someone else to tear their hair out, or I'll stab it, or I'll shoot it, really, stab it, and set it on fire. The lesser of two
You're
evils.
evil, mystery. Guess what did those puzzles ever do to you?
Oh, my pet died. Shit. Like we're even gonna notice.
There's no IKEA where I live. I've never even seen or been to one. You're not.
What is IKEA?
It's a store that sells furniture, mainly crappy. What is it? Sweden? Is it Swedish furniture? Is it Norwegian? I don't remember who it is, but it's all like compressed sawdust in a nice glossy finish.
All particle board.
Yeah, that you can put together very easily, very quickly, and it seems to have caught on. It seems to be very much of a fad that people like the look of it. Just it's junk. Like if you're gonna buy wood, I've always felt you should buy solid stuff. Get something that's gonna last you. Swedish?
Weren't they in the news for like having sweet balls that were food poisoning people?
Swedish meatballs you're talking about?
Doesn't IKEA have like free food or something? Or am I messed with some news a couple years back?
I guess they. I don't go to them very often because I don't like their furniture, but. No, I played on Interruck 6-pack.
I played on Anion Row.
Yeah, it's just a style of furniture, and I've never really cared for their style. Like I said, I'm more partial to absolute real wood. Go with oak or You know, some hard work.
Rings of Skill is good for Chardock faction for when you need to do your royals.
No, that's not Ring of Scale.
It's not?
Nope.
I thought it was.
Nope. That's like the dragons like in Gornair and stuff with Gornair.
Oh, VP.
Yeah, VP faction.
Where is Chardock faction then? Oh, I forgot to leave that.
You ever try to buy a bookcase that isn't particle board mucho expensive? Yeah, definitely. But if you're gonna get a bookshelf and you're gonna get something that's gonna be there for a while or forever, then my suggestion would be to get the actual real stuff, because then you can pass it down. You can pass it down into your kids and your grandkids. My parents had a rocking chair that every single one of their kids that they had, all my brothers, all my sisters, were rocked in when we were kids, when we were babies.
I didn't see that.
Still to
dark
this
photo.
day, it is around and in working condition. It looks absolutely beautiful. Solid wood. I guarantee if that was made out of particle board, it would have been gone. Long
Alright,
time
I'm
ago.
rooting one. I don't know which one you guys are on. Pull back.
So
I popped Ben.
there's very few things out there that I would suggest spending the extra money on.
Back up.
When it comes to furniture,
I've got a yes. I'm at 37%.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him CC'd first. Alright. I'm healing you now.
I'm dotted up really good. I'm at 20. I've got Boil Blood and Venom of the Snake on me both. I'm gonna die. Even with this fungi on.
oh jeez, it's a little too close. Oh great, we got an ad.
Yep, Arctic's dead.
Oh, that was bad.
Yep. Pain Death has failed. Yeah, I didn't realize that was this was an even con to me. Pain Death failed. Tell me you're bound at. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm bound outside.
Oh man.
The experience I got since I've been here is gone.
I didn't have any throwing stars, man, or I would have split those out. Sorry, guys.
No, that's alright, man.
If I'd known you needed them, I could have picked them up before coming.
Where are you at right now, Whirling?
G-Fay.
Pick some up while you're there? Oh, you're evil. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Plus, I wouldn't know where you'd buy them. Like, throwing stars over there.
Did you guys at least clear all that?
Yeah, we survived. G-Fay.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, I could always, I could run to Steam Font and get some at the Druid Ring and see if they have some there.
At the Druid Ring? No, I doubt it.
I don't have any plat on me anyway.
Yeah. Trying to think of like where I could port to pick some stuff up for you, but
At least we got the name down. Or the placeholder, anyway.
Well, if you save the corpse, I can give you a res later, at the very least.
Yeah.
You have to give me a port over here.
Okay, Gargle see Viz. I went the wrong way. Rubik's Cubes are fun. I solve them at work when I'm stressed.
Yeah, I've seen those people who have like memorized it, so you don't even have to like look at the Rubik's Cube itself. You just do a certain pattern and you always solve it.
Yep, I don't have that memorized.
A little nuts, but...
I can't get past the entrance at the moment because there's a green gargoyle.
You need invis?
It sees through invis. Because it attacked me when I was invised.
Hey, I thought I recognized that name. That Shadow Knight, he comes on your Twitch stream sometimes.
Which one?
Ethereum.
He was here before we were, wasn't he?
No.
I solved Rubik's Cubes by changing the stickers. I'm right there with you on that one, Mystery.
Right.
My Rubik's Cube, I've burned through 3 Rubik's Cubes already, and then one I have now, you don't have stickers. It's all colored plastic. And it kind of sucks.
It's like the old school.
I'm right there with you, Mystery Guest. I suck at a Rubik's Cube. I just peel the stickers off and...
Call train for me, and I have the wrong invis up. My invis dropped. Someone called train from pond.
Yep.
Please.
Yep.
Make a hotkey, guys, and just press it. You
My hotkey's on the wrong page, and I can't change it at the moment.
Get a different UI, man.
Yeah, I've seen some of the newer ones. They're like all plastic. It's melded into the color itself. But yeah, the old ones used to have the little stickers you could pull off. And they never quite, fit back on there quite right. You could see like somebody had pulled them off, and then like the corners stick up, or they just fall right back off again. So
We should have got a real healer, guys. That's just my opinion, but I mean, I think we were doing just fine. It's just
We were doing fine until that pull.
yep.
yeah, the tough room is gonna be. I don't know. We might not be able to do it. There's a druid here, I think, looking for group Rainmaster.
Our group is full.
No, I'm just saying if somebody left, we'd have a spot here. There's also an enchanter looking for groups, so there's definitely a lot of people in the zone that tend to come over here late at night. For those of you who are wondering, like, can you find a group if you come over here at this time of the night? Yeah, the answer is yes. If anything, you might have to wait, but...
Alright, let's hope it doesn't fade. I missed my COS already.
I'm only threateningly to these dark elves out here. Must have worked up my dark elf faction somehow and I didn't even realize.
Did you do the wine quest? The red wine?
No, I never did it. I must have been from killing gnomes.
Oh yeah, if you were killing gnomes, that might do it for you. Why'd you have to kill gnomes?
Because I was bored and I hate gnomes.
Jeez.
Hey, I kill dwarves. I kill anything I concost to that's killable for experience.
Yeah, we're Ixars, man. We don't care.
If I cared about faction, I went to play Niscar.
You guys are horrible. I was playing mine, and I was still going through and getting faction with, high pass and high keep, and doing the dark elf wine quest. And
Well, we're hated by everybody. Why should we care?
I'm gonna be like the most liked of all the Ixars out there. Level 32, guys. Level 32. I gained about 30 to 40 hit points from leveling, I believe. I have to go back and look at it again. But, yeah, it's not too bad. Or not hit points, mana. So that's not too bad as far as being able to cast a couple more spells. Maybe one more spell.
So, mystery guest, you play P99, right? I could have sworn you did, or you used to.
Yeah, they have a low level tune that we were grouping with them. Don't you remember the other night?
And Mysteries with you guys when someone left all their bodies out in East West Freeport.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn mystery guest was a girl though, instead of a guy.
Manzike is just so mean. First he wants no holidays, now he's killing gnomes, and everything else. Sheesh.
Oh, that's me killing everything else. I haven't killed gnomes yet, but I haven't found any to kill.
Rain wants to know if anybody wants a res.
Yeah, I could use one.
It's in group chat.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh.
Yeah, I could have sworn you were a mystery.
She's like, no.
Oh, it's a 0%. Never mind.
I'm totally a dude. Thank you. I love faction questing evil characters, Ixars, and ogres in Kelethin and Freeport is neat to see. I've never done the Kelethin one.
Just wait, when I get 50s, it's going to be Felwith guards.
Felwith guards is nice, but the only problem is with that is you can't sell to them as an XR. So you're gonna have to drop those swords on the ground and get like a level 1, make a level 1 high elf, and then sell it to that vendor. So,
or just give a small portion of the proceeds that you make to one of the lowly guys running through to buy his spells, and they'd be more than happy to sell for you most of the time.
Yep. But hardly anybody ever goes in that city anyway.
Oh, no, there's always people in that city, dude.
That's the Wood Elf City, not the High Elf City.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to High Elf City. High Elf City, you make quite a bit of money, too.
I thought Felwith was High Elf.
That's what I thought.
No.
Kelethin, I thought was the Wood Elf.
Felwith is the High Elf City, and Kelethin is the Wood Elf City.
Kelethin is the High Elf City?
What did I just say? I said Felwith is the...
That's what we were talking about. Felwith is the High Elf City.
Yeah, and then the Wood Elf one is Kelethin.
Yeah, I said Felwith guards.
Yeah, and that's...
And you said no one. And you said no one's ever in Felwith.
Yeah, no one's ever there.
That's the High Elf City.
There. Yeah, no one's ever there.
I see it.
Unless you're killing guards, no one's ever there.
I see sexy High Elves running through that place all the time, man.
You're crazy.
Always there. Like, everybody, this is the best race on the server right now.
I just went link dead.
Oh.
At least you got your res, though.
I didn't get rest yet.
The res is a 0%.
I'll take a 0%.
You got res? You're sitting right on top of your buddy? Or did you run all the way back here?
I ran all the way back.
Oh, okay.
Let me know when I'm out of the game.
You're out. Kelwith and Felethin. I don't think so. Sounds like something from a Lord of the Rings movie, though, to be honest.
Say that 10 times fast. You're not getting a lot of views tonight, AC.
It's late, man. And we're not doing a lot of talking. You know, like I said, it's more of a
Yeah.
slow, relaxed night where I rest my throat as much as possible and drink as much water as I can without causing me to get up and go to the bathroom every 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll take a 0% res.
You're already
Actually,
you're already here.
I'll wait see if I can get something else better.
I was gonna say, why would you want a 0%?
Sometimes clickers come through.
And if it's not too late, you can always bring my guy over here. He's stuck over there at the Rygor Fort at the moment.
Oh, my faction with the bards are going up.
Yeah.
Wow. Too bad I'm so negative with the bards, it's not going to matter.
It just shows if you sat here and killed long enough.
I did some bards leveling up till it couldn't get any worse.
I need some buffs when you guys kind of need seeing visits my first jump buff.
Alright, gotcha. So did you lose all the experience you gained, ZK, or did you still have more than you lost?
Oh, I've still got more than I've lost.
Oh, okay.
I came here with 2% experience, I'm at 2% experience.
Mr. Yes. I hope it's a level 60 gnome cleric with his epic that comes to save ZK. I bet he'll feel bad about slaughtering them then. Maybe? I don't know. He is a Ixar. For all we know, he may get the res and then eat them afterwards. A little tasty snack. Gnome sandwiches, they are a thing on the server.
There's a cleric.
Yeah.
Oh, our group is full though.
Yeah, I'm actually not too far away from getting my epic one day here in the future.
I told you it wasn't that bad, man, on this server. You got most of it done.
Yeah, I got lucky on the pieces that I got, and then I'm really lucky that I got as many friends and guild mates that can help out with some of the more difficult ones. But Charduk is definitely going to be the worst out of all of it. Now, when you eat gnome cookies, are they in the shape of a gnome or made out of gnomes? Both? Right? Like, don't you want the illusion as well as that flavor mixed in there with it? Or would the gnome itself just be the cookie? Since, these are lizards just picking you up and taking you a giant bite, and then you feel that crunch. Either way, it's kind of disturbing to think about. Get me thinking about holiday cookies, though. Nom nom nom. Yeah, they have these gingerbread cookies they sell in the store. That are like these giant, thick gingerbread. But it's still kind of soft. Actually delicious. The smell, though, you smell them from aisles over. Apparently ginger is quite potent when they put them in those cookies. Don't taste it as much. You smell it, though, that's for sure. Like I imagine that tea that Mystery Guest is drinking right now is quite aromatic.
Draga is where you raise your Chardok faction.
Yep.
Shop of the Ogre at the West Freeport Gate. Interesting selection. Yeah, he always has like pickled elves and like weird stuff. And you gotta wonder, where is he getting this stuff from? But
I never shop at that guy because he'll rip you off. I mean, he offers you like 5 gold for a cracked staff, and when they're worth like a plat.
yeah, he's the
He
first.
That's why they're the greedy vendors.
Yeah, he raises his prices up sky high, just like the shady swashbuckler. Whereas I call him the shitty swashbuckler.
But how many people did he get before people figured out, maybe you shouldn't sell to that guy?
I don't know.
Lots, because people still sell the shady swashbuckler. You go there and see like the stuff he has on him, and some people are selling some really high end stuff to that dude, and that dude is like the worst one.
Ogres can't count, That's true, Mystery Guest. That's true.
I don't know. That ogre seems to do fairly well with counting a little bit lower than he should on a consistent basis. Might be using that whole I don't understand numbers things to explain why he's not giving you the right price. I think it's all deception, guys.
I guess since the SK is AFK, I'll just root mobs until he comes back since I don't have snare mems. There's nowhere for me to fit it.
I think you're going to find out it's like a long con game. Ogres are one of the smartest races in the world. But they've been acting stupid so they can take over the planet without anybody realizing it.
No, I don't think that's the case, AC, but it'd be cool if it was.
Yeah, they're sending hand signals all the time to people behind them. When they scratch their butt, they're not actually scratching their butt. It's a distraction. You look at their hand signal when they're scratching their butt, but in reality, they're sending signals with the other hand. It's like Houdini, man. Which I still need to watch the television show. That the one actor they picked for the role on that one is actually really good. I was wondering how he would play that out. If you watch, some of the documentaries about Houdini, he absolutely hated the psychics.
Justice is rooted.
He had like this big feuding war with the whole field of psychics out there and mystics.
AC, use Mark Karn on this thing. It's got a damage shield. Oh wait, wrong class.
I was gonna say sweet. Be amazing. I think it does like 11 heals every hit. Like that would be really good at this level.
It'd be too OP.
It's pretty OP, period. Even at level 60. Like I'll cast it on the mob at the right group, and the rogues are completely healed. The monks are definitely healed. Warriors, sometimes if they're not taking a lot of hits, they kind of maintain their life, but they don't hit as fast as the rogues or the monks, and they definitely don't have the ability to regenerate their hit points faster than they're taking them. But it's a distraction, all right. Forget what I'm doing when I see the butt scratches. I need a 5-minute break to get over the gag fit. Well, they got itchy butts. Unfortunately, it's always in the exact same spot, and they've pretty much scratched that thing raw, so they will never be able to sit down ever again.
Deadly Usher rooted. Inside the tree. There we go. We just played ping pong with it. Pop, 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 pop.
It wasn't intentional, mystery guest. I didn't mean to kill the tree.
Okay. All my druid faction is max worse.
Well, apparently there's a res at the entrance.
You want a... Yeah, go get it. Let me give you an invis.
Alright, I'm gonna go drag to my corpse to the zone line too.
Want an invis?
I got my crown all invis myself, but I can't invis him back.
Oh, I can come get you when you're ready. He's out of control, I tell you. Yeah, when you walk over there, they tell you you ruined your lands, but you won't ruin mine. ZK takes that serious. He's like, that's the race I'm playing. I'll ruin lands. He's like that evil laughter when he's sealing up the sewage dens or sewage outputs over in Freeport, waiting for them to fill up. There actually is a underground area over there in Freeport that I haven't been to before.
It's a 96 cookie, nice.
Sweet. He's like, challenge accepted. I think he did see that.
Sorrow, I told you I'm gonna vote no on your app, man. I told you I'm gonna vote no.
What's his app?
Oh, because he's an app in Aftermath, and I'm gonna vote no. Just because of the words he's saying.
Oh. How's that going for you, by the way, Sorrel? I know you guys got secrets and stuff, but you enjoying the guild so far? So was it what you were expecting? I know they're a bit hardcore, that's for sure.
A bit.
Yeah. I didn't want to go like and say just, you know, they're full blown.
Ooh, I got my experience back. I'm happy.
Poop sockers.
Some people, I mean, depends if you have a life outside of the game, really. I mean, like I do. I mean, I can't really sit there and do everything like I used to.
Yeah, a lot of actions. You guys bring down a lot of mobs, so yeah, a lot of things for you guys to go hit up. I'm sure you get used to it eventually. You know, it's one of those things where the more you do a mob, the easier it seems to get for you and the less exciting there is involved since you've already taken it down 4, 5, 10, 15 times.
I don't know if you're, Sir Blast, do you have anything on your corpse that's at the entrance or can't be rezzed?
The one at the entrance?
Yeah, you got one at,
Oh,
you got one at the entrance. Do you have anything on it or is it an empty corpse?
that must have been there from like 2-3 days ago or something.
5 days, 20 hours on it, so.
It's too old to be resurrected.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you have anything on it. If you do, I can drag it.
No, I think I have like a cloth bracer or something.
Alright.
If you have 2 high-level characters, it works easily. You park one where it needs to be and play the other one. Yeah, you know, I guess that's probably true. Oh, you don't need to have 2. You could just have 1 high level and then play your ult a lot. Unless they change the spot on you. What was the name of that cleric, by the way? Give him a shout out.
Kane, Candon. I don't know. Here, I'll put it in the Twitch chat. I don't know how to say that.
All right. Very, very kind of you come over here and offer resist to all the...
Candeyan was the name.
Yeah. By the way, it wasn't a gnome cleric. Mystery guess. It was a halfling.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it was perfectly acceptable to be res by a halfling, because I haven't killed halflings yet.
Yep.
Because every time I go to do them, they're always camped.
Yeah, I haven't killed a halfling yet either.
You guys are horrible. Aftermath is really well organized. You just have to follow the flow. It's pretty simple. Yeah, same thing. So wrong. I'm sure there's some halfling out there who's like, I am not a gnome.
I guess you could say the same thing about a dwarf too, huh?
I wish I could give you invis, but I don't have invis for other people.
No, I got it. If when you're ready, man, let me know. I'll come back and get you.
I'm ready. I can move.
All right, let me.
I don't want to train anybody, so I feign deathing.
You're moving faster than I am. You're going so slow. And I've got no health points. I can't even lich.
All right, I'm coming back for her. Halfling gnome? Yeah, like a mix between the two. What would that look like? A halfling gnome?
Nile619 is now following you. Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Wow, no
Niles
progress.
wasn't in the stream I was watching yesterday.
Oh, by the way, that stream that you linked me yesterday, I know that streamer. It wasn't Haywood. It was
It's Speedy. I said it was. He hangs out in Speedy's stream.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking to, Matt. Not that he was a streamer, but who I was talking to in a stream.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah, he saw somebody else streaming yesterday.
I'm just seeing Viz when you can. I don't know where you are, AC.
You know how to get there, right?
Yeah, I know to get there.
Yeah, I'll run with
He
you.
was up to his power leveling tricks yesterday with a streamer. I was in Oasis. I saw him in Oasis. I was looking for another stream to listen to. His Speedy went offline. Yeah, I can get some life, I think. Oh yeah. Now I can get a lure up. No pet for a little bit. For all those pet classes, you can do any of the mage quests in Temple of Ro. You just turn in the appropriate ingredients depending on what you want. I got the torch. There's a torch that lets you do is it lets you just insta-click and get rid of your minion for whatever percentage of health it has to your mana back for the cost. So if the pet's at 100% and you click that, you get 100% of the mana cost back.
Gnomes, hobbits, dwarfs, all the same. Some are just more hairy. It's a unique way of looking at it. Jeez, I've already made a bubble into level 32. That's not too bad.
Wait till you get to 35. It slows down a bit.
Yeah, I was looking forward to just getting to 34, but now that I'm close to getting to 34, I'm like, it's not too far to 39, and that's when I get West Commons.
35 isn't bad on a wizard with quad kiting.
Yeah, I haven't done any quad kiting yet. I definitely need to actually try it out.
Just get a 10-pack of South Potions. It's only 100 plats, cheaper than buying J-Boots.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I can get some money from teleporting, then I'll be able to I can buy the J-Boots. But until I can do that, which, like I said, West Commons is what really everybody wants. So I think I'll have to get to 39 before I try any of the quad kiting.
Black silk gloves. What are those? Oh, Dex 3. I saw silks. I thought they might be caster gloves.
No, but I mean, black would be nice for a pair of gloves. So what I think Rubicite needs, you don't want to wear a full set of Rubicite. You want to augment that Rubicite with like the black and iron alloyed armor from Runei. That way you can have like the black and the red, or there's a few pieces of armor out there that you can get like that are green. Of course, you can always go with the fine plate armor that apparently dyes do exist in the game, and dye those whatever color you want. I believe there's a certain spectrum of colors, right? It's not like a scroll wheel of colors. But we'll have to see one day when we actually start making one. Bam. My halfling druid is in wolf form right now, and I'm less hairy that way. So you're like a yeti otherwise. Like you're so like a little fur ball, and you push inside of it and you're like, "Oh, there's actually something in here." I imagine Cousin It from the Addams Family. Yeah, that dude was all hair, wasn't he? But it wasn't like his hair was kind of unique. It wasn't like burly. It was like a nice soft hair coming out the top of his head that you could see. Maybe there's something underneath there, but not like bristling from every end. I think of like a I don't know, like I want to think of like a Tasmanian tiger from like the old cartoons, but it's probably not the right picture for Furball. Hey Van, how you doing tonight, man? We're just over here in Mistmoore, hanging out, getting a little bit of experience.
Yeah, yeah. See, isn't that the? Oh no, I guess that's not the same Shadow Knight. I thought it was the same name and everything. It's in our group.
No, I was gonna say it could be his alt, but
it looks and sounds the same to me.
Yeah, it's very close. But he was here before we even joined, so. Captain Caveman, perhaps?
Oh, I love that show.
What, was he like this giant furball that occasionally had like a shirt on or something? He walked around with a club?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one right there. Yeah, Van's like, nope, not me. So that's not him there. Captain Caveman was pretty good, but that's the giant furball. We used to have these things, and I don't know how many of you, even remember these, even if you were like in that time. Back when we had big TVs, and we're talking about like the big units that had the speakers built into them, and it was like a giant frame of wood and
projection one style, or
Uh,
This guy's name is Oatmeal.
the tubes that were in the back that you had to replace every so often.
Yep, I remember those vacuum. Yeah.
Yeah, and we had these little fur balls, these little like red, blue, green ones. They had little feet that you can like it had sticks like stickers on the bottom of them. You can put them on top of your TV, and the little eyes that would bounce around when you shook them. And we used to put those on top of the TV. That's what I think of when you're saying stuff like that. Is just all fur, no real arms or any substance there. Just these little dudes. 100-pound TVs. I don't know how much it weighed, but yeah, freaking heavy, solid wood, and then a lot of stuff on the inside that added weight to it. I hated having. Go ahead.
My grandma had one of those TVs until 2009 when the lightning struck and ruined all the wiring in the house.
Ugh. They worked. They worked and they lasted for a long time. The only thing I hated about them is every so often you had to open them up and take one of those little those tubes out and replace it with another one. And there's a lot of power going through those suckers. And even once you unplug a TV, something that some of you may not even know is you want to give it to like 24 hours after you plug it, because they hold that charge for quite a long time. I'm not sure what's inside that's making them do that, but you don't want to unplug it then touch it because it's still going to shock you. And
you get a very, very nasty shock.
Yeah, like you lose feeling in your arm for a good couple hours, if only that. Sometimes it can be more.
3.5 hours and you piss yourself.
I never did that one, but they hurt so bad. I think I did it like 4 or 5 times, and the 5th time or something, I was just like, I don't care. I'm never watching TV again. I am not changing that thing ever. And that was the last time I ever did it. But yeah, it was one of the things you had to do with that TV is change it every so often. I think that's the only thing that would keep me from getting another one, because I loved the image on that one. I loved the little round, screen, and they even came out with this glass. I don't know how many, like before color was a thing, and it had like green tint on the bottom and like blue tint at the top, and like a clear section in the middle. And if you were watching a movie, you could put that on top of the screen, and when they showed grass, it would be like, oh, there's colored grass and there's blue sky. It wouldn't match up with like 99% of the stuff you were watching, but on the few things that it did, you're like, oh my god, that's beautiful. We got color. So
my great grandma had one of those that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But no, then I got smart and bought a pair of rubber plastic gloves, and that's how I used to change the bulbs after that.
We'll wait for respawns. I'm not gonna pull the big pools anymore.
Those are the TVs that when they break, you just put another TV on top of it rather than moving it. You could do that, except you would have to pick up another TV like it and put that even higher up. And I ain't doing that. I'm not picking that TV up or any TV like it. And if you were going to use another TV of today, that wouldn't be too bad. They're all flat screens. They don't weigh very much. But some of the other ones, not too long ago, probably about 10 years ago, if not less, you had those big fat TVs that still weighed quite a bit. They're just made out of plastic instead of like solid wood.
I'll be right back, AC.
All right, man.
If you really need shrunken, I could always have a little AC port me to talk, so I could run the P99 and buy you some.
I mean, that's up to you or the group if they want to do without us for.
Up to the group if they want to do that.
That's a long run for you. Because, I mean, even if once you get done.
Talks is a short run, because I can just get back.
It's true.
It's up to the group, though.
I mean, the Shadow Knight is pulling right now anyway, so I mean, that might just be a better option, is let him do it. Yeah, they made a lot of modifications over the course of the years. One of the ones that I really do kind of miss the most, and it's a different era, it's a different time period, there's just, you can't bring that experience back again, I don't think, but listening to the radio, we used to have this old-fashioned radio, and back then it was like brand new, and it was like, yeah, everybody's crazy. You have a radio in your house? Amazing. Um, they used to play these murder mysteries or these shows where they would act out all the parts, but then they would add sounds into them. So you'd have like the horsing or the horses troppling along and galloping, and you'd have like the murder mystery. So you'd have like a gun going off in the background and like rain sounds, and it was what TV became before TV was really a thing, or before everybody could afford one. So they were really amazing. The voice actors they got were just crazy how well they could put in the emotion without actually being able to see their face. And maybe that's a good thing because some people were like, you have a face for radio, which basically means you're incredibly ugly and you probably shouldn't be anywhere people could look at you. But I don't know. I mean, I liked listening to those because you just closed your eyes, you pictured it, which means you actually get to use your imagination, which is amazing. That's something that a lot of people don't ever get to use these days. And your imagination is a lot better than anything else anybody else can come up with. Like when you watch a movie made by, blah, 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 that is that person's imagination of the idea of that story. And I miss when you get to sit there and come up with your own imagination of that story. Then you watch the movie and you're like, I didn't quite see it that way, but I did like how he went down this route. Like you're getting to see through somebody else's eyes for a short period of time. Most people don't ever get to look through their own eyes anymore. They're just too busy watching movies, and I can see that coming back if audiobooks evolve a bit. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so a lot of the audiobooks now are incorporating outside sound and music.
Yeah, but see, I mean, I've listened to some of the Star Wars one, and the Star Wars, they do add a lot of sound effects, but they add like professional sound effects from like a sound guy, and that's really a lot of money to throw in there. These guys, they were just talented. So if you needed, whistling, they did it. If you needed like a steam engine going off, they had a guy that could make that sound on cue when you needed him to. So it wasn't just, let me go find the perfect sound for a steam engine. No, this guy was doing it, and he could vary what the sound of that steam engine was doing as the story was going through. So, if it was going slower, he'd go slower with it. If he going, faster, he could speed it up, or he could go a little bit louder and then quiet and then loud again. He could vary it so that it actually seemed like it was fluid and that it was real, because he has just the vocal cords to be able to do that. Like I said, nowadays it's all computer generated. Everything is always perfect. The perfect steam engine whistle, the perfect rain sound, thunder almost on cue. It just doesn't seem like the human aspect is quite there like it used to be. And, I loved the creativity that these guys put into it. They had been doing it for years. And if they could bring back that talent, again, maybe some of that talent is just gone because it wasn't passed down to the next generation, because it is something that just kind of ended there for a little bit. Maybe they had to like relearn it all over again. But if there's people out there who knew it, I think people would be surprised at how just amazing and captivating those stories can be. But books on tape, I like books on tape. You can pop them in while you're driving, and get a nice little story going. And it gives you so much more to think about than the fact that you're sitting in traffic for 2 hours out of your life every day, waiting and breathing in all those fumes and all that other garbage that's there on the road. So yeah, listening to a story unravel, especially if it's really exciting, if you finally got into the part where a lot of the action is going on and the guy's about to save the planet or something along those lines, it definitely, man, it removes you from a situation where you're just not that happy and gives you something to look forward to. Like, I want to get back in my car
Harold
afterward
rooted.
and find out what happened to Luke,
Rerouting a Harold. Back up, Daisy. Back up. Thank you.
Can you please narrate this EQ session like an old-time radio show? I'm going to place the phone face down. Make me feel it. No, I wish I could. I'm not that talented with voice acting. These guys were professionals. I'm saying they trained an entire lifetime throughout their careers to do what they did, and it showed. I can't do noises and things of that sort. Very rarely do I even try to change my voice. When I do my Everquest 2 series, when I'm reading the quest, I do try to throw in some new sounds, some new voice acting, and I'm getting a little bit better at it, I think. Um, Most of my voices tend to kind of blur together. They all kind of sound a little bit like, but I think as I do it more, that skill and that knowledge of like what voices I can do and which ones I can't, and how to better them will get a little bit better, I think. And you guys will have to let me know what you think on those videos. Hopefully, they're passable, and you're not going to be too disappointed with it. But it's fun to try. Let's see. Dune was a decent audiobook. They put a bit of effort into it. It's never too late to try, man, or to start. Well, like I said, I kind of started it with that series and learning it as I go along. But Dune was an amazing movie. I never read the book or I never listened to the audio series either, but Dune was an amazing movie. Sting was in that one. It's so weird that it's like the first thing that comes to mind, but yeah, Sting was in that one, and I don't know, it was such a rich storyline. It actually feels like it's partly like three different movies. Like the very first part.
Are you okay, ZK? I just saw you drop to 60%.
Yeah, I'm alright. I didn't realize there was like 6 through that door, so I feigned.
Yeah, the first part of that movie seems like a world all of its own before they leave for the planet. Then after they leave for the planet, it seems like they were coming to the planet, the transition of getting there, and then they, obviously lose the area, and then the third part of that movie seemed to go on for quite a long time as well, where they were training the Harkonnen or the Furmen to fight their Harkonnen, and yeah, like it was very captivating for a movie. Still is. Like that's one of the few movies that you can watch, or at least I can watch, that came out a long time ago and see it and not look at it and be like, oh my god, really? Look how giant that monitor is, or look how crazy that technology looks. Everything in there was so futuristic and so sci-fi that it doesn't really compare to anything that was out at the time, and therefore it doesn't look out of place or dated because it's been replaced by something else. It's a lot thinner, a lot smaller. In fact, they have something in that series that I always wish we as a society would have made long time ago, which is a survivor suit, which pumps the air when you breathe in and out. It's creating the friction and the pumping action that will clean the water that you excrete from sweating and through other bodily functions, that then you can re-drink back up again, and protects you from the heat and tons and tons of other things.
Rooted a mob, back up. I'm rooting a guard. Back up.
I like how all like the Dunes future.
Oh. Raptor 4 off.
Bam Furlong, that's the thing. Nobody ever puts EQ forever. Nobody. They just take long breaks for periods of time. They always come back to that request.
I took almost a 12-year break. I'm FTing.
Don't attack that one, AC. Don't attack it. Don't attack it. I didn't realize it was missed.
As soon as you get pulled, there it goes.
Yeah, I agree with you, man, about the Dune's future isn't all clean and pristine. Our future will probably still be dirty. Humans are what they are. People are people, and nobody is perfect. Nobody probably will ever be perfect, and as long as people are running things, you're going to have those issues. I do like that, though, that even there in that futuristic society, they are still striving to be better than they are. I think that's the key. You may never ever achieve that goal. Like Star Trek, they finally achieved pretty close to what we've always wanted to achieve, which is just like a harmonious living condition with not just each other, but with everything around us. That's, that's amazing. That's crazy, but it's amazing. Dune, they wanted that peace. They wanted that freedom. They didn't quite know about how to go around keeping it once they had it, or how to go about getting it without going through like violent means. So they are still making some of the mistakes again and again and again while learning, the best way to live in the world that they exist in. And I think that's very human. That's very realistic, which I think why so many people can relate to it and find that one character and be like, oh, that guy right there. One of my favorite scenes in the movie Dune is when he's training the guys how to use the wielding voice for the very first time. And he calls up the guy and he's like, okay, cut the rock. And the guy tries to cut the rock and it won't cut. And then he's like,
don't nuke, please. Too late.
I didn't nuke that one. But yeah, he tells the guy to yell at it. And instead of just screaming at the rock, he screams break. It's like it's supposed to break on his command. And everybody cracks up laughing. And I was like, this guy's very clever. And then, of course, he uses his power and it actually does shatter with just a voice.
There's only 10 people in the zone and we're 6 of them.
Yeah, if you can keep the group going. Yeah, he's like, break!
This is the lowest I've ever seen Mistmoore. Mistmoore's usually packed every time. All hours of the night.
Yeah. And most of
the last 3 nights at this time, there's been 6 to 8 in the zone, and 2 of the people in the zone are 60 plus.
Oh, so they're just farming it. Or getting faction.
I should say 50 plus, not 60 plus. Or they're helping alts PL.
That guy, Arctic, is a ninja looted me.
Huh?
Somebody was saying you ninja looted him.
I don't even know who that person is.
I don't know if he's joking or if he's I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to the loot. I think I said at the very beginning I was gonna loot a whole bunch of these things so you guys could see what drops, and that was the last mob I looted, which is like the first mob that I looted. So right back into my old habit as a cleric, which is just to sit down and med and don't stand up unless you absolutely positively have to do it just to cast a spell and then immediately sit back down again.
There's so many mobs being looted. I just looted the one in front of me. Oh, I have no clue about Ninja.
He says he took my book.
Oh, book? Like, I don't even know where to go for that one.
There's no POK books in here, sir.
Oof, thankfully.
Yeah. I'm confused about books, so whatever. Or maybe he wants one of my items, maybe that's what he's getting at. I don't know.
Oh, maybe, yeah, probably.
I worked very hard for some of that gear by farming tree ants. Some of it was just handed to me, so.
Just remember to loot the butlers and maids. Nice sword quest. You talking about the sword quest to get the Ghoulbane or Ghoulbane? Because you're supposed to be able to camp it and you can do a quest for it, so. Tell him if he returns my book, I won't get him banned. Get him a ban hammer.
What book are you talking about, man?
Book of Obelus, or?
Obulus.
I paid for my books. I have no clue what he's talking about. I don't even know where it drops.
What type of book is it? Yeah, that looks like the Book of Obulus. At least the one in the left hand. I don't know about the one on the right. The book that she is reading. I do like how you can actually see the text that's in it.
Considering this is my only character, and it comes from Casey or old Seb. Yeah, it wasn't me, dude.
That rope looked familiar too. I want it back, is what he says.
Boring book, anyways. No pictures. All right, guys. Well, I hate to do it, but I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. That that medicine that I took a little while ago is finally kicking in, and it's keeping me giving me a hard time keeping my eyes open. So I don't want to fall asleep on you guys here. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be doing some more videos, streaming late at night, around 7 or 8, till really late. I think I'm gonna have a lot more energy then. This throat thing seems to be going away fairly quickly, so shouldn't have too much of an issue there. And just a little heads up, guys, I will probably be streaming with Sirkin coming this Monday. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, definitely swing on by. It's usually later on in the evening when he does it, 8, 9, 10 o'clock.
Oh, so he finally hit you back up?
Yeah, I did talk to him earlier today and sat there and talked with each other a little bit. So with any luck, guys, if his schedule is clear, it should be this Monday.
So no Thum, nothing, just you?
No, I mean, there's going to be other guests on there, I'm assuming. No, it's not like he's going to divulge everything that he's going to be doing or anything like that. But, he invited me out to be on the show, so I do appreciate that. And it's going to be cool to hang out with him. And hopefully one day we can get Thum in there as well. And, give it a shot.
Yeah, just take an opportunity to do that, man. I would do it. It doesn't matter if it has us in it or not. Just take.
Well, I mean, as scheduling opens up for everybody else, we might be able to get you guys in there at some point. But it's his show, so he's going to invite who he's going to invite.
Yeah, he's the man though. Just do it for your channel. Just do it for your channel. See, I told you that.
Thanks, guys, and as always, thanks again for joining us. Till tomorrow.
Yeah, I might pull egg right here, but I need some life.
I'll be watching, AC. I'll be watching.
Have fun, guys.
Yeah, I'll be at the bar at the time. I have a poker tournament to run.
Just don't